Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to say call Alalium, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that taught us the truth. Shalom and salutations to the hopeful elect. I keep out there spreading the gospel throughout the four corners of the earth in sincerity and truth, and presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice, as the scriptures teach us to do. Shalom to the very few sisters that do listen up as well. I'm the brother Yaremiah from the Great Millstone Chicago camp, basically coming back to you with another lesson. And this lesson is concerning the destruction that's to come, because see, our people like to fuck around and, a niggers, and they'll do anything. When I say nigga, I'm speaking to all you tribes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And our seed has been scattered abroad. They may look like the other nations. You see a nigga, and I always go into accountability, and that's why a lot of Jakes don't deal with the Bible. You Israelites don't deal with the scriptures, man. Or you want to take the scriptures and twist them to your own destruction, as the scriptures say. I write in the book of Peter. Because you don't want to deal with the accountability that comes, Shalom Akim, on the comment board, Akim apostles and elders, whoever may be watching. You niggas don't like dealing with the accountability in the scriptures. And the Lord don't give a damn about that. But that's why the destruction is coming, because a nigga be anything but an Israelite, man. I want to say that again. A nigga be anything but an Israelite. He'll go into the Christianity, Islam, Taoism, Confucianism, the Amish community, Buddhism, Catholicism, any Muslims, any type of fucking ism he can find that ain't dealing with the Lord, because he feels that he's going to escape the judgment of the Lord. But you're not going to escape the judgment of the Lord. All right? Everybody will be held accountable according to the standard. And the standard is the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. All right? This is the book that's faithful and true. These are the words that's going to come to pass. And they're coming to pass. And we watching the vision speak louder and louder every single day. All right? Every single day. The average nigger knows that this place is coming to destruction. But they don't understand that Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai is the solution, nor do they care. That's why the scriptures say my people don't know, neither do they consider. But that's going to be to you niggas misery, man. And for you brothers in the truth that know this is why you should be going as hard as you can. That's why he said he came to search Jerusalem upon the men and settled upon their leads. You don't want to be fucking chilling when the Lord come back. Now, granted, I have a good time, sometimes and most times better than most, but I understand what the mission is in this present evil world. All right, this land bearing of faith, Mystery Babylon the Great. It's to preach this word and get the fuck out of here. Everything else is it's nothing. And King Solomon said it's emptiness, it's vanity. And he had more than we could ever have, especially over here. But nevertheless, this is Jeremiah 28:8. It said, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and famine and of pestilence. And that's what we prophesy, war and famine and pestilence, because it's coming. Thus said the Lord, thus said the Holy Bible. That's why the scripture says, seeing all these things be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? And we're just doing the work, going to the class, doing your daily activities, amongst the body, amongst the brotherhood, whether it's being charitable, whether it's being a help, whether it's just being a voice, or a presence. Your presence is valuable amongst the brotherhood, no matter what your lot may be in the brotherhood, because the Lord chose you to be in the brotherhood. No matter what it is, doing these sit-downs, you have to do the work as much as you can, because this shit is going to go down. This is 2 Ezra 15 and verse 1. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. So these are faithful and true. All right. This place has to go down for us to really really enjoy happiness. All right. You can't pour sugar on shit and call it a sandwich. This place has to be eradicated first, man. And these words are faithful and true. But the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has a kingdom set up for his elect. That's why he said in the book of, I think the St. John, the 14th chapter, he said, in my father's house are many mansions. Shalom, brother. In my father's house are many mansions. If it wasn't so, I wouldn't tell you. Because the Lord has been storing up a kingdom for us, but the doom may happen first, must happen first before the happiness. All right. I'll read verse 2 again. It says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. That's why Job said what? Oh, that my words were written in the book, Because the Lord had to have his instructions before he bring this destruction and calamity. And I'm going to be happy when he do it. Fear not the imaginations against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. That's why the scripture said, for what if some did not believe? In Romans, the 3rd chapter, does that make the word of Yahweh avoid? Yahweh forbid. Yahweh forbid. All these words are going to come to pass, nigga. And you better believe it. You better believe it. Hey, a brother said, the brother Diana said the other day, he said, when I first came into the truth, a brother told me, you got to believe every single word in the scriptures. And that's right. It says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Verse 5, behold, said Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. That's why Revelation says what? Her sins have reached the height of heaven, so the Lord has to bring this judgment. He said, famine and death and destruction and sword. It says, I will hold my tongue no more, touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood cried unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Therefore said Yahweh, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me the innocent blood from among them. All right, going into the parable of the unrighteous judge, man. He said, how much more will the Lord avenge his own elect? It says in Ezekiel, it goes into those men that's had a mark of exemption for crying, for crying in the midst thereof, for crying out for the abomination that's done in the midst thereof. And that's what we do every week. Starting with the apostles and the elders on down, we cry aloud and we spare not, and we expose this place and be found working. And because we want to be found working when the Lord comes back to dispose of this place. And then we'll really have true happiness in the kingdom of heaven. Until then, this place is fucked. We don't like it. It don't like us. The scripture said, arise ye, depart, for this is not your rest. The scripture say that they that observe Jonah 2:8, they that observe lying vanities forsake their own mercy. Ain't nothing here for you. Honestly. It says, verse 10, it says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them to dwell in the land of Egypt. The Lord is delivering us out of this place, and the Passover just ended. The scripture says, no more will they say, Yahweh that delivered thee out of the land of Egypt, but Yahweh that delivered thee out of the land of North. He's coming to deliver us from this place which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, spoken about in the book of Revelation and all through the scriptures. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before. Why did he say as before? Because this is talking about a different salvation, a different deliverance. And I will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plague of the punishment that Yahweh will bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, and their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and the fearful with consolation. Woe unto the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and destruction draw nigh. One people shall stand to fight against another with swords in their hands, and that's weaponry. Anything they can find, anything they can hurt you with, anything they can harm you with, anything they can kill you with. It says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. And you're going to see that, man. It's going to be like the road, the book of Eli, the purge. You're going to see that. Scripture says it's going to be a time in Daniel the 12th chapter like never was before. So heavy that Michael the archangel himself is going to have to intervene on behalf of the elected children of Israel. This shit about to go down, man. So you want to, as the apostle of the Ricard say, have your shit wired tight, man. You don't want to be out here fucking around, playing, not being diligent in the Lord's business. When that's the only thing that's going to have you under that Psalms, the 91st chapter covering. Blessed is he that dwelleth in the shadow of the Almighty. That's what we want, man, because this shit is about to go down, for real. It says, and they that till the ground shall mourn, Salakia. And I'm down. Oh, man. I'm going to read it 13. It says, 12. It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with plague and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting of hail, and with the fearful consolation. Woe to them, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, man. I had to go back. Look, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. That's destruction, man. Hey, and the third woe coming when you go into Revelations, man. That's the third world's war, man. That's the third destruction. The first one was World War I, World War II, and now it's about to be World War III. A big destruction, man. I'm going to go back to verse 15. It says, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand to fight against another with swords in their hands. That's why the scripture said, for the love of iniquity shall abound, and the love of many shall wax cold. Back to 16. It said, for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. You see that? You see that? They don't gonna give a fuck. They don't care already. They already make songs called F Donald Trump, fuck Donald Trump, and do all this shit about Obama and these kings and these presidents. Look how they look at Joe Biden, this freaky ass nigga, man. Nobody cares about that. They finna send this bitch up. It said, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That's going into martial law. It says, because of their pride, they shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. And this is what's to come upon the earth. It's called Jacob's trouble. All right? The scriptures refer to it as Jacob's trouble. That's what it is, man. And it's going to affect the whole known world, man. This shit is going to go down. This is our quoted. This is St. Matthew 24:12. It says, because of iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. And that's what we trying to do. Because we want happiness, but it ain't going to happen till this doom come. And this doom is looming. It is coming. It is on the way. You have famines on the way. You have the MOTB on the way. That Chip spoke about in the book of Revelation. The Charagma is on the way. All right? The hour of temptation is on the way. These prophecies ain't failing, man. They ain't tarrying no more either. He said he made them plain upon tables. It's on, man. You know? That's why the scriptures let you know, man, whatever thou findest thy hand to do, do it with all thy might. If the Lord found your hand to preach this word, you preach this word and you do it till it's over, man. To Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shah, shut the lights out on this bitch, because it's definitely about to go down, man. And that's first and foremost to me. You know, because I don't want to be caught lacking. I want to go out fighting for the Lord. Well, I want to get them to the spiritual powers to tear through this bitch like fucking a knife through butter, man. With ease. All right? But with that being said, man, I'm going to end this. You know, I wanted to be quick, just going into the destruction, man. And we have a kingdom coming after this, man. We have real happiness. We have real women to lay with. We're going to have real food to eat. We're going to have real air to breathe. But this place has to be destroyed. That's right. That's right, Dawaba. That's right. You may be able to stand against the wills of the devil. 2 Ezra 4:28 tells you the evil is sown. That's right. I want it all, man. That's right. You brothers down there in the Virgin Islands, you brothers stay solid. Shalom. GMS we got next. Shalom. All you brothers on the comment board, man. All you brothers, you elders, you apostles, you few sisters that may be watching. Hey, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, bless you, man. You know, and hopefully we all endure, man. But I'm going to close it out. With that being said, call Alalim Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, to the hopeful elect. I came out there enduring Shalom. Shalom, brethren. Or shall I say brethren? Brethren.